I've learned that the goal isn't to stop emotional waves, it's to learn how to stay anchored while you're in them. Hey, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mary, and this is The Inner Knowing, a channel where we realistically talk about what it's like to be a deep feeler, have intuitive inner knowings, and be sensitive in a world that's not always so kind. We've all been there, right? That moment where a wave of emotion hits us, whether that's excitement, fear, anger, devastation, grief. It feels intense, and there's this like building up and a rise and a peak, and then eventually, if things go the way they're supposed to, we come back down to a more grounded place. Not necessarily completely grounded, because sometimes that's not realistic. When we're going through that, right, there we get hit with that wave, and there's this intensity and urgency, and I need to figure this out, and I've got to do something. And I've come to learn that whenever I make decisions when I'm in that place, they tend to not be the best decisions, right? They tend to be decisions that I react more volatility than I meant to. I say the wrong thing. I make a decision that I really didn't think through in the moment. And sometimes you're going to make those decisions in those moments, and that's okay. That's part of being human. But you can gain more groundedness in your decisions, in how you move through your life, when you learn to ride the waves of the emotions without allowing them to completely knock you out. When I'm going through an emotional wave, let's say something happened at work today and somebody really pissed me off, and I feel the anger building, right? And so this person something happened with this person, and I did everything that I could. This person is pissed off at me. My boss didn't do their job, and so now I'm caught in the middle and I'm mad. So I'm starting to feel the anger rising, and my brain is starting to be like, this person did this and this did that, and I'm just so mad and I don't want to be here anymore. And it just starts kind of building. So in this moment, the wave is rising, right? We're not quite to the peak. It's building. I don't know what's happening, but I feel this urgency. I want to go yell at my boss and tell them that this is their fault, that they didn't do the right thing. So I notice myself feeling and thinking these things. I'm not allowing myself to make any actions right now. I'm just noticing what I'm feeling and thinking. And then I let those thoughts kind of come in, and I'm like, okay, I'm real angry right now, real fucking pissed. And I tell myself that I'm allowed to feel that way. I am allowed to feel this feeling. What I'm not allowed to do is make a choice or an action from this place, because I'm in the thick of it, right? We're not trying to get to no emotion or to complete calm, because that's just bullshit. Somebody pisses you off, sometimes that shit lingers. Even if the wave has risen and fallen, sometimes it's going to do that multiple times, because that's just the nature of emotion. So in this moment where I'm starting to notice, okay, I'm starting to get bent out of shape. I want to go talk to somebody. I want to go yell at somebody. I want to ruin somebody's day because they ruined mine. That's when it's time for me to say, okay, I'm noticing this. I'm going to come back to my body. And that's when I'm going to do something that helps bring me down 5%, just a little bit. So I might go on a little walk or take a minute to go to the bathroom and take some deep breaths. If I can't go anywhere, I'm focusing on my feet being planted on the floor. Anything to get my brain less focused on the sensations of anger in my body, more relaxed around the emotion. Because as that wave starts to build, there's like this tension and anxiety that comes around a big emotion. And my goal is to lessen that, because when that tension and anxiety comes, then comes the stupid decisions, the I have to do this now. So I take a minute to come back to my body, whether that's doing my little finger rubbing thing, taking a few deep breaths in the moment, acknowledging how shitty the situation is, because I'm not going to gaslight myself. I'm allowed to be pissed off. But I come back to my body just a little bit, 5%, 5% less angry than I was before. I'm still allowed to be angry right now, but I'm still not making choices from my anger. It's once I take that 5% off that I can separate the feeling from the reality, or the story that is happening. So a lot of times, you know, our feelings come from something valid. I do get to be pissed off. My boss didn't do their job and now I'm taking the brunt of that and that's affecting me. I have every right to be mad about that. But that doesn't necessarily help the situation. It doesn't help me in this moment. It doesn't help me keep my job secure. It doesn't do any of those things. So I allow myself to say, okay, I'm angry about this. I'm allowed to be angry about this. And at some point, if I decide that this job isn't right for anymore, I'm right for me anymore, I'm allowed to go find another job, maybe with a manager that does what they're supposed to do. But in this moment, that's not where I need to be. And maybe I do want to go yell at my manager and do all of those things, but I need this job. So I'm feeling angry. I'm allowed to feel angry, but I don't need to do these things. So here's the story that my brain is telling me. You need to leave this job. You need to go yell at your manager. You need to do all these things. And maybe I do need to take some steps, but right now I'm separating. I'm feeling angry, and these are things that my brain is telling me that I should be doing, and maybe I will do them, but I'll revisit them when I'm in a calmer state. I remind myself in this moment, I don't need the answer. I just need to let this wave come through. So as I'm calming myself down and reminding myself I'm just angry right now, I'm not making a move from this place, and I let it be there. And I keep giving my body little things to remind it that we're safe. And this can, I mean, an emotion like this can last for days, right? Especially when we're dealing with something like grief, things like that. Like it's not just, some emotions are cute. You just, oh, I had a little moment. And then other emotions are like, I am absolutely fucking drowning right now and I hate everything and I never want to feel this again. And when we're in feelings like that, it's literally just constantly being like, hey, I'm still here. Hey, I'm safe. Hey, we're still not in the place to make a move right now. We're doing our best. Once the wave rises and falls naturally on its own, I'm not in its way, then I can revisit the situation. Then I can make a decision about what I want to do. So instead of yelling at my boss, I might go have a conversation with my boss after work where nobody else is around, where I can sit down with her and explain, this has been something that's been happening at work. It really does bother me. It's affecting me. But I can say that in a calm, serious, maybe even stern manner without putting aside my morals and basically making an ass of myself. I can show up in the ways that I want to show up. And sometimes you do need to be a little angry, a little pushy, but if I'm starting from a calm place, I get to decide how much of that anger I let come through instead of coming from the anger and moving there. Because the anger, if it's over the top, means my reaction is going to be over the top. And then what's going to happen is a shame spiral, and I'm going to be embarrassed, and then I'm going to have to apologize. And then it kind of takes the legitimacy away from what I have to say about it in the future because I already kind of made an ass of myself. The anchor isn't certainty about a decision or what's going to happen or knowing what to do in the moment. The anchor is I can trust that I'm okay in this wave of uncertainty, in this wave of I don't know what's going on. I'm scared. I'm having an emotion that is telling me that I need to do something, but that's not true. I don't have to do anything until I am ready to do something. And this is where you gain your control back, right? So my emotions are there. They're powerful. They're big. They matter. They tell me things. They show me when something means something to me or something hurts me, but they don't get to drive the car. They don't get to make the decisions. They can show me what they need to show me. And then once I'm in a better state to manage that emotion, then I can make a choice with what that emotion showed me. Emotions don't have to define how your life goes or the choices that you make. They can be a partner in all of the things that you bring together to choose how you move through the world, but they don't have to guide every choice that you make. They can just be sitting in the back seat with your logic and maybe your belief system and maybe your moral code, and all of those things can be all sitting in the car together, and they all have important value to input to put in, but none of them solely gets to drive the car. You do. You get to listen to all of those things and decide from from what place the best next move is. And that's there's so much value in that. There's so much dignity in that. There's so much showing up as the person that you want to be more times than you don't. And also accepting that sometimes you're going to fuck up and you're going to make a move when you were really anxious or really pissed off about something, and trusting that you're going to be able to go and repair that. But it's learning to stay connected to yourself when a feeling gets intense. Learning that just because I feel disconnected from myself doesn't mean that I won't come back to me, and doesn't mean that I have to make a choice in this moment about what I need to do, even if it feels urgent. I get to be in the driver's seat. I get to listen to what this emotion is telling me, and I get to choose where I go from there. If you are into self awareness, self development, woo woo shit, this is the channel for you. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.